What if everything you believed about your enemy was a lie? Imagine this. It's May 1943. Over 250,000 German and Italian soldiers have just surrendered to Allied forces in Tunisia, North Africa. Among them are battle-hardened Wehrmacht veterans, men who have marched across Europe, survived the brutal Eastern Front, and bought into the Nazi myth of Aryan supremacy. They're told the Americans are decadent weaklings, their society crumbling under jazz music and consumer frivolities. Captivity, it means torture, starvation, death. But as these men board ships bound for the United States, nothing could prepare them for what awaited. The ocean crossing is grueling. Weeks in cramped holds, seasick and silent, whispering fears of the unknown. Nazi propaganda painted them as a land of mongrel races and moral decay, where prisoners would be worked to death in mines or chained in forgotten pits. Yet when their ships dock in Virginia ports, the first surprise hits. No beatings, no jeers. American Red Cross workers hand out fresh apples and cigarettes. "Welcome to America," they say with smiles. The Germans blink in disbelief. Is this a trick? From there, trains carry them westward across the Appalachians, through industrial Pennsylvania into the heartland. The landscape unfolds. Endless prairies, bustling rail yards, families waving from station platforms. For many, it's their first glimpse of the enemy up close, ordinary folks, not monsters. But the real shock comes when they arrive at the camps, scattered across the Midwest. From Iowa's Camp Clinton to Nebraska's Fort Robinson, Michigan's Camp O'Train to Illinois' Camp Ellis. These aren't squalid stockades. They're purpose-built compounds, ringed by barbed wire and watchtowers, but inside. Clean barracks with beds, not bunks, latrines with running water, laundry facilities, doctors on call. Take Private Hans Mueller, a fictional stand-in for countless real accounts. A 22-year-old from Bavaria, conscripted at 18, he's seen the horrors of Stalingrad's aftermath. He expects bread and water, maybe a beating for sport. Instead, his first meal. A steaming plate of roast beef, mashed potatoes, green beans, and apple pie for dessert. "Steak," he mutters to his comrade. "This is for prisoners." The portions are generous, the food hot and flavorful. Far better than the watery soups and ersatz bread of the front lines. And Coca-Cola. It's introduced at 5 cents a bottle, fizzy and sweet, a novelty that spreads like wildfire. It tickles your nose, one soldier writes home, like nothing from the fatherland. Ice cream trucks roll up on weekends, doling out cones under the summer sun. These aren't rations, they're treats straight from American pantries. But it's not just the food. The Geneva Convention of 1929 mandates humane treatment. No reprisals, equivalent quarters to troops, medical care without discrimination. The committed to these rules turns it into policy. Over 425,000 German POWs will pass through American camps by war's end, the largest such program in history. Guards are trained. Firm but fair. No corporal punishment. POWs get mail, books, even musical instruments if they behave. Pay. Enlisted men earn 80 cents a day, officers more, enough for canteen privileges. Tobacco, soap, stamps. One Luftwaffe pilot quips, "We're paid to be prisoners." Entertainment seals the astonishment. Evenings in the mess hall, a live jazz band swings into In the Mood. Saxophones wail, trumpets blare. Music forbidden back home as degenerate Negro art. The Germans stare, some tapping feet despite themselves. How can our enemies play this so joyfully? One asks. Movies follow. Hollywood epics like Casablanca or Morale Boosters with Betty Grable. Laughter echoes through the barracks. Sports fields host baseball games. Another puzzle. Rules explained by patient guards. Strikes, home runs, cheers for both sides. POWs form teams, the crack of bats replacing rifle fire. Soccer persists for the purists, but basketball catches on. Hoops nailed to barn walls. Daily life unfolds in rhythms both familiar and alien. Reveille at dawn, but no forced marches. Work details abound, vital for the war effort. In the Midwest's vast farms, POWs harvest sugar beets in Michigan, pick apples in Missouri, bale hay in Utah. It's labor, yes, but voluntary for extra pay, supervised by civilians who treat them like hired hands. Guten Tag, farmers call, sharing lunch pails. No whips, no overseers barking orders. One camp in Arkansas sees Germans digging irrigation ditches, earning wages that buy records or art supplies. Creativity blooms. Orchestras form, playing Beethoven alongside Glenn Miller. Theaters stage Goethe plays, posters hand-painted. Letters home gush. America is not what they said. The people are kind, the land rich. Of course, contrasts sting. Nazi indoctrination runs deep. Some officers resist, forming secret cells to maintain discipline, whispering of Jewish plots behind the abundance. Escapes happen, though rare. Most aim for Canada or Mexico, not the front. But for the rank and file, the facade crumbles. They see American GIs, black and white serving together, laughing over poker. Women in factories, children with toys. Coca-Cola adds plaster walls, promising a world of choice. Jazz records spin, voices like Billie Holiday crooning of freedom. We were told they were slaves to capitalism, a sergeant reflects later. But here we are, freer than at home. Interactions with locals add layers. In small towns near camps, POWs venture out on supervised trips. To markets, churches, even dances. Language barriers fade, many guards speak German, some POWs English from school. Romances spark. Fraternization is strictly forbidden, but notes pass under fences. In one Iowa camp, a guard's daughter slips apples to a young private. In Texas, Italian POWs often housed separately charm locals with songs. But Germans, their accents draw suspicion at first, memories of U-boats fresh. Yet curiosity wins. Church picnics invite them, 4-H clubs demo farming techniques. One POW, a former baker, trades strudel recipes for pancakes. Medical care astounds. Dentists fix teeth with Novocaine, not pliers. Hospitals boast X-rays, antibiotics, tuberculosis rates plummet. The contrast to Axis camps, where Soviet POWs starved by the millions under German watch or Japanese hellholes claimed Allied lives, is stark. Here, recreation heals wounds. Libraries stock 10,000 volumes per camp. Universities offer classes in English, history, even democracy. Propaganda. Subtle lectures debunk the Reich's lies. Films showing thriving Jewish communities pre-war, talks on free speech. Many convert, not to ideology but realization. The Fuhrer lied, one writes. America fights for something real. As 1944 rolls in, D-Day swells the influx. Camps bulge. Fort Hunt in Virginia houses officers where admirals play chess with captors. Generals like Heinz Guderian arrive, stunned by executive suites. Private rooms, gourmet meals. Better than my headquarters, one admits. Jazz concerts feature POW musicians alongside Yanks. Steak dinners celebrate holidays. Thanksgiving 1944. Turkeys roasted, pies baked by German hands. Toasts to peace, uneasy but sincere. Labor peaks as allies push into Europe. In Colorado's sugar factories, POWs process beets, output soaring. Kansas wheat fields see Germans thrashing under harvest moons. Wages fund Red Cross parcels back home. Coffee, chocolate for families amid ruins. Morale higher than expected. Desertions drop, loyalty shifts. Some volunteer for anti-Nazi broadcasts, voices cracking over shortwave. Brothers surrender. The Americans treat you well. War's end brings repatriation. From 1945 to 1947, trains reverse course, POWs sailing home to a shattered Germany. But they carry seeds of change. Stories spread. Veterans recounting abundance, fairness. In the Bundeswehr's founding, lessons echo, humane treatment works. One former POW, now a diplomat, says, "Those steak dinners saved more than my body. They opened my eyes." In the end, the real weapon wasn't bullets or bombs. It was kindness, a cold Coke, a hot meal, a swing tune. For those German POWs, America wasn't the enemy of propaganda. It was a revelation. And in that contrast, the war's irony shines brightest. What surprised you most about this story? Let me know in the comments.